All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from Hickory. Bill Rabbits and Kirk Stankiewicz will have the front row. Justin Schultz, Scott Snodgrass on the second row. Vern Spring, Paul Jr. on the third row. Andrew Thornton, Zachary Mead on the fourth. Brian Hewitt and Harley Barletta round out the field for Heat 1. As always, if you have a favorite driver in the field, don't forget to drop in the comments. Let us know who you're cheering for. And here we go. Pace car is rolling. All the drivers headed out on track. Yes Chance Mead for Speed starts in 8th. These guys definitely have some interesting nicknames. We'll get into one of them here in a little bit. As Ryan McDaniel does have a new nickname for tonight. Here we go. Pace car is in. Green flag in the air. They are down and away. Heat 1 at Hickory. And Justin Schultz sends it to the lead, but Vern already looks underneath. Vern quickly to the lead as Justin Schultz has Andrew Thornton battling for second. Hewitt coming now in third. Schultz having problems in the early going from 5th on back. Oh, we've got a problem. One car hard in the wall. It's Mead. Andrew Thornton takes the lead after Vern Spring gets loose. Vern had just set the fastest lap so far. Now that title goes to Thornton. No, Edmund. Thornton way out front, over 2 seconds. Almost 3 seconds now on Brian Hewitt. Hewitt has a big gap back to third place. Kirk Stankiewicz. Bill Rabbits in fourth. Harley Barletta's had a problem. He is going to pit road. Justin Schultz is going to pit road. This has been a bumpy first heat. 2 laps to go. How will the features be here tonight? And folks, make sure you're following on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. We will have the announcements about the next season of Jones BS Racing when they're finalized here in the next week or so. And here we go, out of turn 4, Andrew Thornton will win Heat 1. Brian Hewitt coming home in second. Kirk Stankiewicz finishes in third. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Heat number 2. John Brancaccio and Joe Lux on the front row. Dean Buck, Richard Young on the second row. Brandon Kydra and Ryan McDaniel on the third row. John Berry, David Lux on the fourth row. Richie Joplin rounds out the field for Heat 2. Ryan McDaniel driving the chicken pit car tonight. His new nickname apparently is Stroke It Ace. That's the only time I'm saying it. Dean Buck out front with Joe Lux to start this one. Everybody stacked up, ready to go. If you noticed in Heat 1, this is one of those tracks. We get the green flag. The second the pace car hits pit road. And here we come. Out of 4, pace car is in. Green flag is in the air. Dean Buck holds the lead for the moment. Keiger now battling. Joe Lux has started to fade. John Berry now up to 3rd. Richie in 4th. Richard Young has had a problem back behind. He is slow, but he is moving again. Brandon Keiger looking under Dean Buck for the lead. Keiger has the run last time by. Lux set the fastest lap. The fastest lap we have seen all night. Richie Joplin now up into 3rd. Almost right on the bumper of Buck. He gets a bump from behind from Lux. 4 laps to go. Can Brandon Keiger get his first heat win here tonight? Dean Buck in 2nd. Richie unable to get by at the moment. Richie gets a run out of 4 down underneath Buck. David Lux cannot find a way by him. Oh, Buck comes down. He and Richie get together. Both of them manage to save it. Dean Buck falls back into 4th. Richie now into 2nd. And Brandon Keiger is coming down to the white flag one more time around for Heat 2. Hey, good evening, MP. How are you doing, buddy? And Brandon Keiger will win Heat 2, his first ever Heat win. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go for the feature. Riley Duncan and Chance Madrick on the front row. Andrew Thornton, Brandon Keiger have the 2nd row. Brian Hewitt, Richie Joplin on the 3rd row. Kirk Stankiewicz, David Lux on the 4th. Paul Jr. and Dean Buck rounding out the top 10. Vern Spring in 11th next to Joe Lux in 12th. Bill Ravitz in 13th, Ryan McDaniel in 14th, Scott Snodgrass in 15th, John Brancaccio in 16th, Justin Schultz, John Berry, Harley Barletta, Richard Young, and Zachary Meade round out the field. Hey, no problem, MP. It does happen, buddy. Hey, good evening, Tina. And you really need to talk to your son about his nicknames, Tina. Riley Duncan, the points leader, coming into tonight by quite a bit. If he can finish ahead of Richie Joplin, he may lock up the championship here tonight. Tina, his new nickname given to him by him is Stroke It Ace because he's driving the chicken pit car. All right, here we go. Pace car dives in. Green is in the air. They are underway. The street stock feature at Hickory. A lot of battling going on. Back behind is guys trying to make their way to the front. Folks, don't forget, this is only the first round. We've got a car around. Out of 4, no caution yet. Andrew Thornton out front. Kirk's now the caution is out. Looks like Paul Jr., Kirk Stankiewicz, Justin Schultz, all involved. And let's see if we can see what happened. There's Paul Jr. as they come through 3 and 4. Stankiewicz gets loose on the bottom, and wow, just a chain reaction. Stankiewicz got loose, coming through 3 and 4, almost had it saved. And a little bump sends Paul down there, and they meet in the middle on the front stretch. Hey, good evening, Desiree. Tina, I agree that he is the only one that would come up with that nickname. Don't forget, folks, right after the street stocks, we have more racing as they'll pack up the street stocks and pull out the tour mods again here at Hickory. The lights are out. We are getting ready to go back green flag racing. Pace car is in. Green flag back in the air. Riley clears traffic immediately. A lot of battling back behind. And one car blinking a lot. Looks like David Lux. That could be problematic as he moves forward. Joe Lux battling with John Barry right behind Ryan McDaniel. Zachary Mead now up into 13th. Zach had that problem. The first couple laps of his heat race ended up in the pit road wall. He is fighting his way back here, already up 9 spots into 12. Brandon Kaiser getting his first heat win here tonight, now runs in 3rd. Heck of a run so far as Dean Buckus had a problem. Caution is out. Looks like Dean Buck, Richard Young, and Chance Maderick all involved. See if we can see what happened. There's Dean in the white car, comes out of 4, gets big loose, gets stopped, holds the brakes. Oh, when he backs up. Ouch. There's Richard Young in that red car. Back behind Scott Snodgrass as they come out of 4. He tries to go up and avoid Dean. Dean backs up and wow. Ouch. Kirk Stankiewicz gets one of his laps back that will put him back on the lead lap. Richard Young, the only car at the moment, apparently not on the lead lap. We'll double check once everything sorts out. Lights are back out on the pace car. Riley Duncan, Andrew Thornton still in the front row. pace car dives in. Green flag flies again. Brandon Keiger staying right on Riley's back bumper, trying to clear into second under Thornton. That middle line in practice seemed to be the place to be, and Keiger now clears, moves up. Andrew looks under, can't get there. Meanwhile, Richie battles it out with Brian Hewitt. David Lux now in 6th, Stroker in 7th. John Berry now 10 spots into 8th. Vern Spring in 9th. Zachary Meade now up 12 spots into 9th as he takes 9th from Vern. Brandon Keiger right on the leader's bumper. Does he have something for Riley here tonight? Riley's biggest concern at the moment is back and forth. The more spots he can put between him and Richie here tonight, the higher probability he locks the championship going into next week. Zachary Meade now in the back bumper of John Berry. This group from about 7th on back, all tightly together, all trying to pick up spots. Joe Lux now sits in 11th. Scott Snodgrass up to 12th. Chance Maddock, after getting caught in that incident earlier, back to 13th. Maddox sends it deep under Scott. Surprisingly, Harley Barletta back in 14th. Harley had a rough heat and had to start from the back. Whoa! Close call between Harley and Scott. Riley Duncan continues to lead. Justin Schultz had that early setback. He is now back up to 17th. He is starting to close in on the cars ahead. And caution is out. Vern Spring, Chance Maddock, Joe Lux, and Paul Jr. all caught up. That got a wee bit exciting in that group. Let's see what happened. There's Vern in the 113. Oh, he gets into Ryan. Comes down, gets into Lux. Might have bumped Harley Barletta. Chance Maddock tried to make it through. There was a lot of chaos. They wrecked for about half a lap. There goes Joe to the low side. Maddock had nowhere to go with Ryan in the middle of the road. He does get rolling once again. A lot of cars caught up in this one. A lot of them going to pit road. Most of them making a quick stop for repairs as lights go out on the pace car. Harley Barletta makes a big move now up into 9th, but that sent Ryan back to 15th. As here we go, green flag back in the air. Riley pulls away, but already Brandon tried to make the move up top. Couldn't quite get there. Now Thornton looks underneath for second. Ritchie right behind him in 4th. Lux in 5th. John Barry in 6th. Zachary Mead is back up into 8th as he battles with Brian Hewitt. Caution is back out. Looks like Bill Rabbits, Dean Buck, Vern Spring, John Brancaccio all get caught up in this, as well as Richard Young and Justin Schultz. See if we can see what happened here. Oh, Schultz gets into the 16. That was back behind. It looks like there were 2 crashes at once, maybe 3 crashes at once. Dean Buck tries to clear but can't. And let's see if we can see what happened with Scott and Harley. Oh, Harley gets into Scott's bumper, sends him all the way around again. Ryan nowhere to go up top. Vern catches a piece of it. Ouch! And Richard Young catches a piece of it as well. Hey, good evening, David. How are you? Lights are out. They are stacked back up, ready to go. Here we go. Pace car is in. Green flag back in the air. 15 laps to go at Hickory. Brandon trying to make it happen again. Brandon may get the run here. He jumps to the bottom in turn 3. Just can't carry the momentum off that bottom line. Riley holds on to it. Andrew Thornton sits in 3rd. Ritchie still back in 4th. Kirk Stankiewicz has had a problem behind. No caution. Zachary Mead has also had a problem. See if we can see what happened. Mead has towed it in. There's Mead in the... Stankiewicz in the 21. Checks up a little bit in the middle of 1 and 2. Gets the bump from behind. There's Zachary in the white and blue car up top. Tries to come down in front of Hewitt. Ends up hard in the outside wall. Holy cow, that was a hit. He did have to tow it back in. That was a hard hit, and that car apparently would not turn. Riley Duncan out front, still has Brandon Keicher right on his bumper. And it's just a 2-car battle now. Andrew Thornton and Richie Joplin about 1.1 seconds back. David Lux still holding on to 5th. John Barry up 12 spots into 6th. Chance Maderick has fought his way back to 7th. Brian Hewitt in 8th. Harley Barletta up 10 spots into 9th. Paul Jr. in 10th. Ryan McDaniel in 11th with no front clip, still fighting. Riley opening up a couple of car lengths on Brandon at the moment. 4 laps to go. Riley has led every lap so far, but lap traffic about to come into play. And here we go, 3 laps to go for Riley Duncan. Will he get his 4th win of the season here tonight? Or does Kaiser have something left to get his 1st win of the season? That would actually be Brandon Kaiser's 1st win in Jones BS Racing. Through 3 and 4, lap traffic moving. Here they come to the white flag one more time around. Kaiser sends it deep into 1 and 2. But not quite enough. Coming out of turn 4, Riley Duncan will win at Hickory. Brandon Kaiser coming home in 2nd. Richie Joplin comes home in 3rd. David Lux in 4th. John Barry in 5th. And what a race. Let's see if we can get a word with our top 3, starting with Richie. Richie, you're back on the podium tonight. You got to be happy, but man, Riley getting further and further away.
Yeah, it's hit or miss me here at this track about doing good. This is my hometown track. It's like 30 minutes away, but I just couldn't get up through there to the field. Had a bad qualifying lap, and this is what happens when you qualify bad here at this short track.
It's definitely hard to come through the field, but man, you put on a heck of a show doing it in the heat, and a great run here tonight. Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, I had some good saves. I was plumb sideways a couple times. Chance got sideways in front of me, and I barely touched him, and he went around. I hate that happened, but I don't know. I'm just like going in 1 and 2 there. You got that little hump there. It gets unsettled. You're going around. You can't do nothing about it.
That is definitely the case. You still managed to hold on and keep it pointed the right way all night, though. Great job, bud.
Yeah, how you like this good street stock league right here? It's pretty much the premiere of it, ain't it?
It definitely is, man. Great run tonight.
Thank you.
Richie Joplin comes home in 3rd. Brandon Kaiser comes home in 2nd. Brandon, I have to say, you've had some fast runs since you joined the league, but you put on one heck of a show tonight getting your 1st heat win, and then turning around, coming home in 2nd, made Riley work for it tonight.
Yeah, it's always fun riding up a Riley, man. I want to I like getting him in pressure, man, and he's running for a championship. We run on the same team, RNM Motorsports, and he's in it for the championship, so if I ain't for sure about it, I ain't going to run it in there and wreck him for that. But it's always fun race with him. I thought I had him one time down there in 3 and got a little tight. And I was like, we ain't going to try to force it too much here and wreck us both. So we'll regroup it and see what we can do later. But just burnt tires off of it a little bit, trying to chase him down. And who knows? I think we could have got it, maybe. I don't know.
Well, I know 1 week left, but man, I expect to see you in victory lane very, very soon. That was one heck of a fight tonight, one heck of a run, man. Congratulations.
Thanks, sir. Hopefully he'll let me win the next one, or I can just get up there. I think he might have the championship locked down now, so I might can rattle his cage a little bit next week.
I will make sure of that and let you know in advance so you can rattle his cage a little bit.
Ted 4, I appreciate it. Y'all have a great night.
And finally, our winner, Riley Duncan. Riley, 4th win of the season and likely just locked up your championship. That's got to be a good feeling.
Yeah, I'm happy. I think so too. I think I just got to show up next week and I'm good pretty much. But yeah, I'm happy.
You do know if you are locked in, Brandon said he's not afraid of rattling your cage next week, and he made you work for it tonight.
Yeah, he's a great teammate, and He's fast too. I mean, we had most of the field covered tonight, which was, I mean, pretty obvious. Me and him were right behind each other, and yeah, I would look forward to it next week.
Man, it was a heck of a battle, a heck of a win, a great season so far, and a great job, man. Congratulations, your 4th win of the season.
Thank you.
Riley Duncan pulls off the win. Congratulations, John. Not only a top 5, but up 13 spots tonight. Heck of a run. Now show us what you can do in a tour mod, because, folks, we'll be back with you here in just a few moments. The tour mod, they're going to pack up the street stocks, unload the tour mods, and go at it again here at Hickory. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few moments.